Now we will discuss some questions which are developed by us from the backside of NCERT. Here subjective questions are converted into objective question. So as per the pattern of NEET, mainly NCERT based questions have been asked in last year papers. So we have tried to develop new kind of question from backside of NCERT. Basically those are subjective question. We have converted those subjective question into objective question. Okay. So first question. In angiosperm, flower development of development of male and female gametophyte takes place in and respectively. So development of male and female gametophyte. So male gametophyte is pollen grain and female gametophyte is embryo sac. So pollen grain development takes place in anther and embryo sac development takes place in ovule. So answer will be first. Okay. Next question. Which among the following are the product of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis respectively? So microsporogenesis will result in production of pollen grain and megasporogenesis will result in production of embryo sac, that is male and female gametophyte. So answer will be third. Next question. Choose the incorrectly mentioned difference between the microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Now first difference is, it is a process in which diploid microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to form haploid microspore. It is true. Okay. So this is true. Second, in the process of formation, it is the process of formation of haploid megaspore from the diploid mother cell. It is also true. Second, all the 4 microspores formed are functional. It is true. 2 out of the 4 megaspore are functional. It is only 1, not 2. So this statement is not correct. Third is, it occurs inside pollen sac. True. It occurs inside ovule. True. Fourth, pollen are produced by microsporogenesis. True. Embryo sac is produced by process of megasporogenesis. It is also true. So correct answer will be second, because this is not a correct difference. Okay. So answer will be 2. Next, the correct developmental sequence of male gamete in angiosperm flower is. So what happens within this microsporangia? We have sporogenous tissue. Now potentially every cell of this sporogenous tissue is pollen mother cell. This pollen mother cell will undergo meiosis to form microspore tetrad. This microspore tetrad gets separated to form pollen grain. Okay, and that pollen grain develops into male gamete due to division of generative cell. So correct sequence is first, that is sporogenous tissue, pollen mother cell, microspore tetrad, pollen grain and male gamete. So answer will be first. Okay. Next. All of the following are parts of ovule except hilum. It is a scar present on the surface of ovule which represents junction between funicle and body of ovule. Micropyle, opening, funicle, stalk. Tapetum is not associated with ovule. It is associated with anther. So answer will be fourth, that is tapetum. Next. From the following, choose the incorrectly mentioned part of ovule with its description. Micropyle. First. Now, micropyle, it is a basal solent part of ovule from where integument arise. Not correct. Second, hilum, it is a point where the body of ovule is attached to the funicle. True. Nucellus, it is the mass of parenchymatous tissue surrounded by integument from outside. True. Integument, they are the outer layer surrounding the ovule which provide protection to a developing embryo. It is true. So incorrect is first, that is micropyle, it is the basal solvent part of ovule, is not correct. Okay, micropyle is an opening formed by integument. Next, the development of female gametophyte is often referred to as, so development of female gametophyte is referred as monosporic development because only one functional megaspore participate in this process, which is also referred as polygonum type. Answer will be fourth. Now, megaspore undergo 3 mitotic division to form this is egg apparatus, synergid, this is synergid, this is egg cell, this is central cell with 2 polar nuclei, and these are 3 antipodal cell. So total number of cell is 7, so it is 7 celled and 8 nucleated. So answer will be 8 nucleated and 7 cell, that is third. Next question. Cell pollination cannot be prevented by, so cell pollination cannot be prevented by cleistogamy. Why? In case of cleistogamous flower, flower will never open. Okay. Next. The genetically controlled mechanism of prevention of cell pollination is, I have discussed this while discussing NCERT, it is self-incompatibility, where cell pollens are rejected either on a stigmatic surface or pollen tube is ejected in its styler region. So answer will be second, and this is a very important question, self-incompatibility. Next, the technique which help in preventing fertilization of stigma by an undesired pollen, preferably in plant breeding program, is, that means you are removing stamen. Okay, so when stamen is removed, it is the technique which helpful in preventing fertilization of stigma by any undesired pollen, preferably in plant breeding program. Okay, so you are preventing undesired pollen from falling on the surface of stigma. So this is bagging. You will, suppose this is flower, you will cover this flower with a bag so that pollen grain cannot fall on this stigmatic surface. So answer will be 4, that is bagging. Next, cell involved in triple fusion are, so triple fusion involves 1 male gamete and 2 polar nuclei. So answer will be first, that is a male gamete and 2 polar nuclei, which results in formation of a triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Okay. Next, zygote is dormant for some time in fertilized ovule until, so zygote develops into embryo. Zygote will develop into embryo, and embryo requires nutrition, and that nutrition is provided endosperm. So till there is development of endosperm, development of embryo will not take place. So till this endosperm formation takes place, so answer will be second, that is endosperm is formed. Next question. Apple is called false fruit as it developed from, I have discussed this, apple is false fruit or pseudocarp along with strawberry and cashew nut, because it develops from thalamus, not from ovary. So answer will be first, that is thalamus. Next question. What do you mean by emasculation? Emasculation is removal of stamen in order to convert a bisexual flower into unisexual flower or female flower. So emasculation means it is a removal of pistil, not, it is a removal of stamen from staminate flower. No, staminate is only male flower. It is removal of stamen from bisexual flower before anther matures. It is true. It is widely carried out during plant breeding program. So answer will be third. Next question. Which of the following fruit would you not prefer to induce parthenocarpy? Now, parthenocarpy is development of fruit without fertilization, and parthenocarpic fruits are seedless. So if watermelon is seedless, muskmelon is seedless, lemon is seedless, it is good for us. But in case of cotton, we do not require parthenocarpy because cotton fiber is nothing but it is epidermal elongation of seed coat. Okay, so if there is no seed in cotton, there will be no cotton fiber. Okay, now, so answer will be fourth. Next question. Which among the following is not a function of tapetum? So tapetum is involved in providing nutrition to developing microspore of pollen grain. So which is not? Provide nutrition to developing pollen grain, true. Form exine layer of pollen grain, it is also true. Designing of exine is by tapetum. Third, release amino acid, hormones and enzyme required for the nutrition of pollen grain, true. Give rise to sporogenous tissue, it is not true. So answer will be fourth, that is, it give rise to sporogenous tissue is not correct. Next, which among the following is incorrect with respect to apomixis? Apomixis is development of seed without fertilization. It is a type of asexual reproduction which mimics sexual reproduction. First, it helps in production of hybrid seeds. True, because there will be no segregation, so hybrid nature of seed will be maintained. I have discussed that in initial discussion. It prevents the loss of desired character in a hybrid. True. It produces seedless fruit. It is not true. Answer will be 3. Fourth, it is process of seed formation without the occurrence of fertilization. It is true. So answer will be third, that is produce seedless fruit is not true. It is true for parthenocarpy, not for apomixis. Next question. Which among the following is incorrect with respect to pericarp? Pericarp is fruit whole. First choice, it is the dry part of seed that and is present only in few. Not true. It is not necessary that pericarp will be dry. Second, it protects the fruit and helps in nutrition. It can be dry or fleshy. True. It is found in all the fruits. It is true. So answer will be first, that is a dry part of seed and is present in only few is not correct. Pericarp is present in all the fruits. That is fruit whole. So we are through with these questions. Now we have tried our level best to cover all the previous year question. It is very much possible that we might have missed some question from previous year. So it is a humble request on our part. Please post those previous year questions which were not discussed by me in this chapter. As soon as you will post that particular question on our platform, we will try to solve that and will post the video. Okay. Second thing, this course is mainly designed for a quick revision for you people. Along with this question, as a tail, we will also provide the complete video lecture of this chapter recorded by me. Okay. Now, purpose of that particular video is only for reference. Suppose you are not able to understand pollination properly, then you can go through that particular video. Because we don't have enough time, time is running out. So the purpose of that video, the complete course, is to supplement this part. It is only for reference. You can refer a particular topic from that particular video. Apart from this video, we are also going to provide the complete video.